Hey guys, it's Teach here, and I just want to make this video because I'm a 24-year-old high school history teacher. I also teach economics. I'm licensed in all social sciences, and people always ask me, what's the biggest problems with education you face today? Is it the woke mob? Is it the conservatives? What's the biggest issues? Well, here's the 5 biggest issues I think is plaguing the American education system as a whole. And I teach in a relatively moderate city in a blue state, so take that with a grain of salt. So here are the top 5 things I think are wrong with education today. The first one is probably the most impactful: lack of parenting. I'm not talking about single moms or working parents doing their best. I'm talking about the complete absence of parenting in a kid's life. So I teach high school, and I teach the bad kids and the good kids. And the bad kids, almost all in common, they don't have any person in the house with them. If they do, they're absent. They're either at work or when they get home, they get high with their kids. They don't give their kids any boundaries. So I have 14-year-olds cuss me up and down. I have 14-year-olds threaten my life, threaten to shoot me. I have 14-year-olds doing all this and all that. And they have zero respect for authority because there's no consequences at home because they never had any. So they think that applies to all their lives. The second reason is no accountability in early grades. I don't know if it's like this in every single state, but in my state, it is illegal. I repeat, illegal to hold someone back based on their grades from kindergarten to 8th grade. So I have had kids grow up from kindergarten to 8th grade. I'm not going to talk about how COVID messed up education. That's a different topic. But kids going from kindergarten to 8th grade without learning how to read, without learning how to write properly. So we did a survey. So the average in my school, at least, the average reading level for a high school student was 5th and a half grade. 5th and a half grade for the average for this high school. That's wild. Mainly because we can't, if we give them Fs, we still got to push them along. Still got to push them along, even though they're going to get up to high school and they're going to fail, then they're going to drop out. And you wonder why we have a crisis in education, because we don't take any accountability. 3, this is a personal one for me. This is on the teacher side, but we have pointless PD meetings. So PD is just professional development. We have all of these pointless ass meetings. We sit for hours listening to people who get paid way more than us, who haven't been in a classroom in at least 5 to 10 years, telling us how we should do our jobs. If I have to sit down and hear another person ask me, what is your why? Why do you teach? I'm gonna strangle them. I can't do it. Then they give all these like fantastic ideas that will work in an idealized scenario when you have 10 kids, but I got 14, I got 30, I got 20. They're not real ideas. They're just a bunch of buzzwords. We need time support from our staff, not just a bunch of like goody two-shoes, feel good professional development meetings. And 4th one, it's going to be a little controversial for some, but I do think admin, especially the district and some principals, hurt education. So a lot of admin play the political game to move up the ladder, and they'll do whatever it takes to look good on paper, even if it makes teachers' lives miserable. This one is for almost every school site. Any teacher that you know can attest to this. A lot of admin say bad behavior, don't care, it gets swept under the rug because suspensions look bad on paper. They look bad on their data. They look bad on their school. So teachers are told to avoid referrals. So that just means like writing someone up for discipline issues because it might hurt the school's image. It's all about numbers and perception, not reality. It's all about the test scores. It's not about what's going on. I've had a kid threaten another teacher, make sexual comments about her. Nothing. Oh, the kid's just, kids are kids. He has an IEP, so just allow him to do that. And when teachers try to speak up, they get labeled not as a team player. Like you want to be a team player because you want the whole education system is built around teachers banding together to help uplift these students and help teach them. But if you speak out, you're not a team player, mainly to the admin. But meanwhile, we're out, burning out, trying the whole thing together while higher ups play PR and they play the social image game. And number 5, if you've read anything in the last 5-10 years, kids can't focus anymore. So this goes back to the bad parenting and the lack of parenting. But kids, oh my God, they cannot focus anymore. So I'm young enough where I had my phone in high school, but I put that away. And most of my peers just put that away. Now, everyone's on TikTok 24/7. Everyone's on their phone 24/7. There's going to be different measures that we got. There's going to be different practices that different schools do. Some lock the phones up, some can't. Parents get pushback on that, saying my kid needs my phone 24/7 because what if an emergency happens? Well, emergencies happen, 20, 30, 40 years ago. We had landline phones. Your kid's going to be fine. But if you're a teacher or parent or just someone who cares, let me know your thoughts, because this phone thing is seriously the death of kids because they cannot focus for a 45-minute class. And I know some schools do a block schedule, so that's an hour and 30 minutes. So we can't keep on pretending that everything's fine with these phones. So yeah, those are 5 real problems I see in the American school system as a 24-year-old history teacher. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I do know what I would do. I would ban phones. The parenting one I can't help out with because that one's just a case-on-case basis. But I would ban phones. It would make the school so much easier. So those are the 5 real problems I see in American school system as a 24-year-old teacher. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I do know what I would do. We can't keep pretending everything's fine. The system needs to change, but everyone knows that. We just debate on how to change it. So if you're a teacher, parent, or just someone who cares, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did I miss? What would you add? And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you guys in the next one.